It's your girl Samantha.net. Welcome back to another episode of The Room. Today we have another OG in the city, none other than Mr. Ricky Notnice.
Yeah. Big up glamour, big up the room.
And we have a guest DJ today, none other than Kid. Today's episode, we're going to be diving into Ricky's history on the scene, and we'll also talk more about his event, the big event, We Are the Future. All right, Ricky. So let's warm you up a little bit.
Warm me up a little bit.
Warm you up a little bit. So we'll see. We'll do a little would you rather just to break the ice.
No problem.
So a main question I'll probably ask all the time: dancehall or soca?
Dancehall.
For sure, I already knew that.
Easy.
Tequila or vodka?
Tequila all day.
Which artists do you prefer? Let's go Craft or Skank.
Craft.
Why?
He's me. I'm a calm person, so he has the same energy as me. Where Skeng is all out there, but I love Skeng still. No, don't say love because us generally don't say love. Pause on that one.
All right. Shensia or Jada Kingdom?
Shensia.
Really?
Shensia, yeah.
You like the liquor brownie? Let's get down to business. Okay, so Ricky, how did you get started in the industry?
Oof, how I got started, man. I was partying from 16. I would say 16, so high school days.
Another one of you partying at 16. What's wrong with you guys?
Yeah. I was up in Soka City. I was up in St. Henry Hall, downtown Berks Hall, DG. We're uptown. Yo, we're outside.
So you were everywhere
We're outside.
at 16.
We're outside.
Lord.
Big up
Okay.
DG, big up downtown.
All right. And so, how long have you been doing your own events?
I've been doing my own events, I think, I would say 17. Yeah, because it was right out of high school I started doing events.
Wow.
Yeah,
Till now.
I was actually I was helping promote events back in the day. So I was that guy that was actually doing that little $5 tickets that some people are doing nowadays. Still happening. But yeah, I was doing that $5 tickets, and I was selling like 100 or 200 tickets easily.
Wow.
So it was a hustle right after high school.
That's crazy. That's a long time,
Long
to
time.
be in it.
Yeah.
So, what are some of the things that have changed for you since you started out?
Change in terms of what, promotion or
All of it. Promotion, the way you do your events.
man, it goes deep because cost, working with people, meeting people, um, working with venues, learning the ins and outs. It's a lot. Being in the city, it's tough as it is. Um, young black youths trying to throw parties out here, and then you have a lot of obstacles to jump over. So, but it's been a venture. It's been a venture for real.
For sure, it's been a journey. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
So, what are some of the challenges that you faced back then?
Back then, the challenges were actually getting venues. It was really tough getting venues, so we had to go through other OG promoters to get venues. So we're losing a lot of points. So back then we called it points. Percentages. Where we had to give up a lot to get a lot. To even step foot in the scene. But you still got to pick up the Ricky D's. You got to pick up the Gary T's. You even got to pick up the AGs and the AKs because they're the ones that started us. I give props to Durrani and Arnold too. Those are the guys that we followed. So those guys were the, how you want to say, the stepping stone. So if you think about AG and then you think about AK, you think about Soka City when we were going out. You know, those are my days from 17 or even 16. You know, and then getting into the scene, you know, I gotta thank Ricky D for that, you know, because he brought me in. He brought a lot of us in, you know, and then you gotta thank Durrani and Arnold for, you know, helping us with you know, because he put us on Blueprint. Blueprint was one of the biggest parties in the city, urban parties in the city. So, you know, that's where a lot of the stuff started from.
Would you say you had big shoes to fill then, coming off the backs of those people? Because Ricky D for one, his
OG
events
man,
are,
still in the game till today.
yeah, and his events are like unlike anything else. Like he's in a class of his own.
He's in a
I'd
class of
say.
his own, and
Yeah.
you know, he has his people, he has his followers. I can imagine how long he's been doing it for. You know, he's been doing it since Biggie Small days, maybe before that. I don't know. I'm not too sure, but definitely my mom years.
Wow, wow, wow.
You know, so it's going way back. You know, so these guys have all the connections. You know, so those are the guys we have to talk to. You know, to get familiar.
And so, would you say it was easy? I don't want to say easier, but in terms of gaining people's interest and putting out events that are attracting crowds, was it easier back then, or?
I find it was easier back then because we were able to pull out not even 1,000 people. We were able to pull out 2,000 people at one point. You know,
in Montreal?
In Montreal, when we started, we were pulling out numbers. You know, 18, 19 years old, we were putting out numbers. So I find it was easier, but also we were doing the street work. There was no such thing as social media, or let's say there's no such thing as a Facebook or just having flyers online. We were actually doing the street work where we had to go give out flyers. We had to be in the metros. We had to show our face. We had to deliver tickets. There was no such thing as sending a ticket by email.
Yeah.
So we actually interacted with our customers, with our patrons, you know. So that's why it was a little bit easier. It was hard. It was hard work, but we made it happen because we that's what we wanted, you know.
But do you feel like that sort of face to face interaction is what was better for it
100%.
compared to the social
100%.
media now?
100%. 100%.
Okay.
Social media is lightweight. It's I don't know if I'm not gonna call it laziness, but it's just too easy. Social media, where you just have to post a flyer, tag somebody, and hopefully that person tags somebody to share the flyer. You know, you're hoping. You know.
Yeah.
Whereas back then we're outside in the cold. We're outside in -30, the big hoodies. You know, hats, everything.
I'm strong.
Twice a week. No,
I don't know
and
if I can do that.
back then we weren't. I feel like back then there wasn't no Friday, Saturday. Sometimes we're out Tuesday. Sometimes we're out Thursday. We're out all week. Sundays, Tokyo. So we were out in the streets. So we were actually putting in the work. So these young boys are they don't know what we've been through. You know, so that's why I always gotta give credit to those guys that, you know, that helped me out, because those guys been putting in the work. So those guys could take it easy a little bit. You still gotta put in work now. It's really tough right now, especially in the scene, especially in the dancehall scene.
Yeah.
You know, it's really tough right now.
So do you think it would be beneficial to sort of somewhat resort back to those old tactics, or should we kind of just work with what we got?
It's time. It's time. You know, when you have a family, when you got kids, to be on the street delivering tickets, to going door to door, driving. Gas is expensive. Everything's expensive.
So then
now.
let me ask you, because well, I'm sure you've seen the first episode where I asked Gussie, all these hosts that are being put on events, why not, if not for nothing else, why not use them for that specific job? Then have them go out, have them do the flyers, have them do ticket deliveries, things like that.
To be honest, because me and Gussie work in a different way. We don't want to ask for too much and not see promoters or hosts like they're not benefiting a lot out of it, you know. So, you know, we want to work with people that's easy to work with, but we want to make sure that you're doing it for a reason and you're getting something out of it. Nothing here is for free. Nothing in life is for free, you know. So I don't want to take advantage of anybody. And that's basically it. You know, we don't want to take advantage of people. So
But I mean, teamwork makes the dream work,
make the
right?
team
So
work.
if you have
It's
that resource, then
just like me, man. Everybody has a family too, you know, or you know, got their own little thing to deal with. You know, I don't mind like what's happening right now because we have a good following, you know, and we know how things work, and we're able to do what we do through the internet, through social media, and the little team that we do have with the host that we do have, it works for us, you know. It is getting harder, but it still works in a way.
okay. So you did mention how hard it is, mostly on the dancehall scene.
Mm.
How do you think we can fix fix it going forward? Like, what are some things that we can do to change how things are going? Because we see that more and more we're losing our crowds. Um, I mean, at the end of the day, the economy is not our fault, but at the end of the day, we're losing money. What can we do to try to bring things back?
Um, for me personally, I don't think it's just here. I think it's everywhere. We're not the only ones being affected. You know, I seen an interview in Toronto. They're being affected too. A big market like Toronto,
Yeah,
three times our
seen
size,
something about that
are
too.
dealing with the same things that we're dealing with. The only thing with us now, we're not able to bring the same artists or the same the volume or anything to do with like Toronto. We're just not able to bring that here because we don't have the patrons to for that, you know. So it's really tough, man. We listen, man. Me and my team, we talk monthly, sometimes twice a week. Like, yo, we should bring this, we should bring that. And yo, we get the numbers, and it's like,
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense. Are we gonna?
That's hard too, right? Because we see it all the time where people are like, oh, we want something different. Oh, bring this artist, bring that artist. But then a lot of times, maybe it's not who they want per se, but let's say an artist does get brought down here. From what I see, most of the time, the support is not there at the end of the day. So it's like it's a lot of money to put in and not be. I mean, if you break even, you're lucky.
We're lucky. We're lucky if we can break
But
even.
you know, so it's like it's hard to say, okay, let's go ahead and bring this artist or whoever, and they're costing 50 grand, 60 grand US on top of it. And if you know the exchange right now, like that's sense. Crazy. But to put on those type of productions and not have the full support from the city, it's very risky.
It's very risky. I don't know about the support for the city. It's tough because we're in a different demographic as well. You know, we have the west side, we have the east side, whereas Toronto is just Toronto, right? So you know, we have the French, we have the English. So that's why it's a little bit tougher for us on the west side, the English side. You know, our community is very small. A lot of people moved out west, so we don't have a lot of people out here like we used to back in the days. You know, so to bring those artists and then, you know, you have to, like last year, Bears came, Sanchez came, you know, and if you go to any city, those two artists you're getting minimum 3,000-4,000 people. You know, Montreal, you're lucky if you get 1,000 for two big artists. You know, these are like the greatest of artists. You know, so it's like you have the young, you have the old, and to get 1,000 people or under is
it's a downgrade.
It's a downgrade. You know,
it's
and then that's why a lot of the artists don't want to come here. You know, we're a small market.
But that's the thing too, because I feel like Montreal, or I don't know if it's Montreal or Quebec in general, but the opportunities here and the how would I say, the overall aspect of everything. It's like we're not able to do what everybody else does and get the same effect.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of obstacles in front of us as well because of venues. We don't have many venues here. You know, is the west side gonna go to Laval? Are they gonna go all the way down to Shady? Are they gonna go down to the east end? You know, these are a lot of the obstacles that we're facing right now. So, you know, like promoters like me and Gussie and Nightlife, we really focus on like the downtown market. Mm-hmm. The downtown market, we could get Uptown, we could get DG, we could get LaSalle, we could get everybody, but there's not that many. We don't have, the venues are not there like they used to be. You know, it was easy back in the days for venue wise, but now it's We don't really have it like that. So these are some of the issues we're facing, along with cost, because people don't understand how much these venues cost. The ones that we could get, you're not looking at no 5K, you're looking at 10K plus, sometimes 15, 20K for a venue with just four walls. So you're talking
crazy.
four walls. You're not even talking about speakers. You're not talking about sound system. You're not talking about technician, engineer, tables, booths.
That's just
nothing.
a slice of the cake.
It's just four walls you're getting.
Wow. That's a lot to put in
it's a lot.
Just to be in a box, pretty much. So what are the main issues in terms of the venues? Why did we lose majority of our venues?
I feel that after the pandemic, a lot of things changed. We lost maybe 3 or 4 venues.
But even before that,
even before that, we've been losing venues. But it's also the city that we live in. Everything costs a lot here. The government takes everything from you. So it's tough. These venues they're not surviving. You could see a venue packed with 5 to 1,000 people, but it doesn't even make ends meet. So it's really tough right now. The last 5 years, I would say. So maybe even longer.
So where do you see the dancehall scene going in the future? Because right now it's like we're losing venues left, right, and center. Costs they're rising. They're not coming back down, and it's been rising for the last couple of years. We're not making money. What's gonna happen?
That's a tough one. Like I said, we're always searching for venues. We're always trying to work with a different owner, manager, or we're always trying to look for or reach out to old owners and see if they have anything. Everybody's in the same struggle as us, so it's tough. How do I see the future? I talk to Gussie about this all the time. Like, yo, it's 50-50 right now. I don't know how next year is gonna be. I don't know how 2 years is gonna be. So, like outside venues, we've been looking for outside venues for the last year and a half.
Okay, but so you being a part of Sweet,
yeah,
right, and you host a majority of events. You're also hosting mine. Shout out to Josh. That's next Friday, by the way. But how are things working for you here? Is it still a struggle? Because I see quite a bit of events here, but at the same time too, you guys are most likely the most reasonable priced when it comes to bottles and things like that. So
not everybody sees it that way.
I know, but in reality, you guys are probably the most reasonable price. I don't want to say cheapest because I don't really like I don't like that word. But
venue-wise, we are
you're the most reasonable.
We're the cheapest in Montreal. You could say we're the cheapest in Montreal.
But is that benefiting you guys?
It's tough. It's very tough, because listen, man, we're a venue. We're located in LaSalle. We're not downtown, so our market is very limited. So sometimes we're open 2 days a week, and sometimes we're only open once. I gotta give thanks though, because we are a little bit busy. We wish we were a little bit busier. We put a lot of work. So.
Yeah, a lot has went into here. If you know what this place was from before it turned into Suite 662, this was V Lounge a couple years ago, and a lot has changed. You guys redecorated, redid a lot of things. So a lot of money for sure was put into all of this in to try and revive it and bring back a venue to the city for the people. I know there's a lot of people who are still kind of like, oh yeah, okay, it's still relaunched to them.
Yeah,
but
which is fine. It's fine.
If that's what it is, that's what it is. But at the end of the day, you still need to respect the establishment, respect the hustle, respect everything that went into it, because
we're
a lot
changed.
And still, you guys get reasonable prices. Like, come on, you can't go wrong there.
Yeah, but honestly, the economy is not the same as it used to be. So I'm very understandable. We try our best to please people. Try to get deals the best as we can, but
Deals on top of a deal already.
people top of deals.
That's risky business.
It is.
But
Honestly,
we
it is.
appreciate you for it.
Yeah, man. Respect.
Because, I mean, hey. Y'all know the pockets are rough for a lot of people.
And I big up my team, man. We have
like,
a good team at Sweet,
We do.
Outside of Sweet, we have a good team. There's a lot of promoters that help us here.
Yeah.
So we have a good family. And there's continuous let's just say promoters that come here. Even though they know they're not getting 100% as in the bar. A lot of people want the bar, but they still show their support, and give us a little bit of business to let us stay open. So I give thanks for that.
That's good. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody who books here. Shout out to the Sweet Fam in general.
Big up.
I think now I want to turn the attention to one of the biggest events year to year in the city, and that is We Are the Future.
13 years.
13 years.
It don't even make sense.
Wow. That's a long time.
Long time. I said 10 years. I don't know how I made it to 13.
So what year did you start We Are the Future?
So 2012? What year is it now? Yeah, 2012.
2012.
2012,
okay.
We started the first We Are the Future, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and we went big with it. Risky.
How did that work?
It was tough. We went to Telus. We had 2,000 people.
Theater.
2,000 people that night.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your first year.
First year.
That's crazy.
Insane.
Well, shout out to you on that.
Yeah. But
to pull that kind of number on your first event, that's wild.
It was risky.
Wow.
Big up the team, the promoters that helped me with that event.
Wow. What was the inspiration for that party, and where did the name come from?
It came from because we were, as promoters, we weren't getting, I don't know if I should say respect, but
call it what it is. Say how it is.
We were getting, we're getting blocked by certain promoters for getting locations. They weren't giving us our due diligence or trying to help us out. And to me, it's like, we're the younger guys coming into the scene. And we're looking up to you guys. Try to help us out. I don't know who helped you guys out, but if it was me, I'm gonna help somebody out if I can. So it's like, I know I did my first, I think, birthday party. I did it at Polish Hall 1 year.
Okay.
Massive. Actually have the same DJ that's on there for this year, Blackstone the Place. And after I did that party.
Wow, so he was also on your first birthday party.
Yeah.
But that's not that wasn't We Are the Future yet.
That was what was it called? It was called Aries on the Plate or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the one where we had a whole bunch of people on the flyer. We don't do those things anymore.
We like clean
clean flyer.
Classy flyers, okay.
Yeah, man.
But wow, okay, so that's coming from far. So going back to the promoters not helping, do you think they looked at it as you guys are trying to kind of, in urban term, eat their food type thing?
We're eating their food, but it was a game back in the days, whereas you want to get something, you got to give me some points, which is we were fine with it, because we were just coming in. We didn't have any connection, so at the end of the day, you have to start from somewhere.
Yeah.
You have to meet people. Till today we're meeting people. So I was like, what, we're gonna have to pay the price. We're gonna have to give you points. If we have to give you points, no problem. You're not gonna put in the work, but you know what? I'll give you that little 20% if you want it, just for you to give me the connection to get inside. No problem. It costs a little penny, but at least we made that connection after successful events. The owners, they realize like, these guys are putting in work and they're actually bringing out people, and there's people are spending money at the bar or whatever. Let's work with them, and that's what happened throughout the year. So we're able to meet plenty of owners and work with plenty of owners and promoters, and it worked out for us, especially as a quote unquote downtown promoter. Because I wasn't in, let's say, LaSalle or Uptown promoting. I tried my best to go downtown and get the clubs, because that's where the people wanted to go.
Yeah. Okay. So I want you to take me through the process a little bit. How hard is it to produce such an admired and established event now?
Very. That's tough. You need a big team with um you need a big team with a solid mind and to know it because the money too. You need the money because the
You
money is
need
a
the
big part
funds.
of it. But I need a team that knows that we're gonna work together and we're gonna actually provide something for the people. We're not thinking of, you know what? When we're doing events, we're not thinking about our pockets. A lot of people think we're thinking about our pockets. That's not what it is. We want
But
to
I
put
mean,
up. We
to
want to
some
put on
degree,
a.
you have to, no?
Not really. No, nowadays it's tough. Even back then, man, we just want people
Now
to.
more than
We
back then,
wanted people
maybe.
to just have
But
a good time. We're not. When we do venues, we're not gonna just book a venue and not decorate or put things inside. We want people to like, yo, that's a wow.
yeah.
We want that wow factor in that in any event that we do, along with who we bring down to Montreal. Because people always compare us to Toronto. Like, yo, why don't we bring these DJs or these artists? It's tough out here, man. But at least if we could put on a good production, sometimes the music doesn't hit, but at least the production will hit. People are saying like, "Yo, I'm gonna go back to that party." Montreal's a hard city to please, huh? Yeah.
Hey, I mean, I'm realizing that too.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know how you guys did it for so long. But again, I guess back then it was a little bit. The market was different too, so it was a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Now it's like it's hard. It's stressful. I don't even like.
It's very stressful.
You can't please everybody. We
No.
already know that, but just to even satisfy like the least amount of people sometimes now it's so hard to do.
Yeah. Honestly, we're grateful. We're still grateful till today because we still do have those supporters from 10 years ago. We still have them with the upcoming. I don't know how long we're gonna last,
But that's a big thing because again, I spoke about that too. The mixing with the crowds, the age differences and stuff like that. It's a different vibe. It's like one side is a little bit more.
Yeah.
They're young, they're hot,
But I can say one thing. Back in the days, we used to dance. There was no phone or camera like that.
But
Everybody was dancing.
Don't knock the phone still, because I'm not. Listen, I like my Snapchat, I like my little 1-2 thing, but you're right in the sense where we used to dance,
and we didn't have to have liquor in our system to have fun.
No,
we were actually partying, man, back in the days.
Nowadays,
we're actually having fun,
you know what? Speaking on that, nowadays I feel like I drink so much more than back then, and it's mostly because it's like I'll be in an event and I'm not even gonna name a specific event because really I can't, but just the vibes might be off and it's like, okay, well shit, let me try and loosen up. So
sometimes you have to just create your own fun, man. At the end of the day, you just have to create your own fun. Me any party I go to, it could be boring. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna make sure I have fun. I'm all for
that.
Yeah.
But there's some that you're really just like, nah, like, why am I here? Like, I could have stayed home.
It's like that.
There's some that are just like that. I'm sorry, but I'm all for creating my own vibe. I do that. Like a lot of times too, I roll by myself and I go and I vibe. Like I'm here for the music. I'm here for the vibe. I'm here to have a good time. I don't really business about nobody. I don't business about nothing. Just me and my vibe. I'm good.
Your own thing. Yeah.
So what are some specific challenges that you faced doing this specific event?
This specific event, it's still going to come down to venue. It's always going to come down to the venue because us, when we're planning, we usually plan a year in advance. So look, Where the Future is going to be this weekend, right? I gotta start looking for a venue next year if I do it,
Yeah.
Because
there's no if you do it. You can't end at year 13. Like, what is that?
To be honest with you, the last year the Future was supposed to be pandemic year, which was the burgundy and gold. That was my ending year, so I don't know how I reached 13, but it happened, So.
Well,
and how long can you call a party We Are the Future?
I mean, for you, I don't know. I still got some time left in me. I don't know
man.
about you. And well, we have younger generations. I'm sure
We do.
you got nieces and stuff coming in the parties.
Mhm,
They can take it over. They can keep the name. It won't
They
be
could
it
take the
won't be
stress,
you, but
all the stress too with it. It's like,
you just
it's
hand
a
off
tough one,
everything.
man. Yeah, man.
All right, all right. Have you ever taken any significant losses
Oh
while
man.
doing this party? Like
Um,
at any year, at any point?
this specific party, I would say the first year, even though we had 2,000 people, maybe the first,
Really?
yeah, the first or
Two
second year,
thousand people and
yeah,
still
because
a
remember
loss?
ticket sales were very cheap, and
Oh, okay, okay.
ticket sales were like, no, sorry, tickets were like $20 back in the days. You know, people still complain about that.
But even now, people complain about twenty
People always
dollars.
complain, so it is what it is. You
Listen,
know, it
my
is what it
God.
is. But like I said, coming into the game where these owners don't know you, they're gonna. I don't want to say that was they're gonna take your money. You know, to the point where they were taking $2.50 a ticket from us. You know, so imagine $2.50.
The venues?
Yeah, $2.50 times two
But
two thousand people.
you paid for
So
the venue, no?
that's how they work. That's how they work. So
So
they would print the
so wait,
tickets. They would
hold
print the
on, hold
tickets.
on.
We didn't print the tickets. They controlled every single thing that came in. You know, so you're looking at 250. You're looking at that's $4,500. That's 4,500 you're putting in someone's pocket
Yes.
for all the tickets that you sold. You know, some venues still do that till this day.
And on top of that, you paid for the venue.
Till the and top of that, you pay for the venue. Yeah. So that's why it's like, fuck, man.
That's crazy.
We went through some hard times, and we survived it, and we just kept going.
Wow. I don't even know what to say on that.
Yeah,
That kind of threw me off. Like,
but at the end of the day, you had your people coming out. So boom, we are the future. And they were like, yo, if people are gonna come out for this, why not create another event? So it's like, we're like, all right, let's do a phone party. Boom, the phone party worked out. All right, so let's do another event. Let's do glow in the dark. Boom, that worked out. And then it just kept going on and on.
yeah.
And then eventually, you work with the owners. You work with your crowd and the people that come out, and then it ends up working out in the long run. You just have to have patience, you know. So if you have the patience, if you put in the work, you're gonna be good. You gotta put in the work though. You gotta put in the street work. You gotta put in right now. It's the social media work. You know, you see how hard we're going right now with it. There's no pause. We're gonna get annoying. It's a week off. We're gonna be annoying. We're gonna be in your face. That's how it is.
That's it. Prepare to be sick of me. Okay. But no, that's good. I'm glad things benefited.
Yeah.
Because my next question was, if you did take any type of loss, like, were you ever ready to just be like, you know what, I'm done. I quit.
I thought we were gonna finish the pandemic year. I told these guys, yo, so we're done, right? They're like, nah, we're not done. Yo, the man them wanted to do a party during the pandemic. Like, bro, I want to take it easy right now.
Social distancing was
Yo,
important.
they said 30 people in the party. Yo, let's just leave it alone.
Oh my
said,
God.
yo, let's keep going.
No rest.
Are you serious right now? You guys still want to go?
I mean, why not? That was just a little break.
These guys said no pause. So,
you had a little timeout. It's time to get back to it.
Yeah, basically.
You couldn't leave us hanging. Come on. Who was gonna give us events? Who?
Nah, we got the younger generation coming up, which is dope. I like that.
Yeah.
You know, because it's been a minute since we seen people under us. You know, we had nightlife. Nightlife is a little bit under us, but you know, under them, who was there? That we didn't really see anybody under them. You know, so now I'm starting to see a lot of the younger DJs come out. You know, which is just pretty dope because the city it needs them.
Yeah, because what was left really, but there's enormous potential here.
Enormous potential.
I just wish that we could get that that light, that shine, that note, that recognition.
I wish I had the answer to that because we put in work and we try our best to bring people down there. You know, we put in a huge event last year that cost. I don't want to say the number, but you know, we did Beach Club last year, which was ridiculous. You know, and the amount of work we had to put into that, you wouldn't even imagine. You know, You know, there's a lot of stuff that we don't take account of, but you know, we're like I said, we're still grateful for it. You know.
Well, like I said, we appreciate you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
because the work is not easy, but you guys get it done. You produce quality events.
Big up Wyland Brothers.
You guys give us a reason to come out. You guys give us something to look forward to.
We try.
And again, I know it's can we do with more support? Can we do with more people coming out? Of course, always. But for the ones who are
you know what? Honestly, I got to give it to Montreal because last year was a stepping stone, man. A lot of events happened last year. It was a week on a weekly basis.
Last year was hot.
Last year was
booked
hot
and busy.
Every week there was something, you know. Until this year, there's a lot of stuff too.
Yeah.
So every week there's something. So I'm not gonna, I know people are picking and choosing what to go, where to go, but at least people are active.
Yeah.
You know, we're not slow out here. You know.
No, but still, even though they're picking and choosing, they're coming out, and that's a good look regardless.
I wish they were coming out earlier because coming out at 1:00. It don't make
Can we
sense.
talk about that?
It doesn't make any sense.
Can we talk? Because
what
is that? What is that?
Out. Like,
I don't understand.
You're paying all this money to come out, and to come out for an hour. How does that benefit you?
But not only that, like, it's the ones who come out at those times and then complain, oh, party finished, party done, oh, the party was whack. No, I'm sorry. You came in at a certain time, and how do you expect to enjoy the full potential of a party if you're only coming for 1 hour or you're coming for an hour and a half? Yeah. Like, make it make sense.
And back then,
you pay your good money for come out. For the ladies who do this, your hairdo, your outfit, your nice little pretty shoes, and you're coming for 1 hour.
Yeah, it doesn't work out, man.
Listen, me. Before I became like behind the scenes, I'd probably be one of the only or first people in parties because I never understood the logic of paying my good money. Me work hard for my money, Me must pay my good money and come for 1 hour. I hate it.
Yeah,
I hate it.
It's tough.
And I used to be like, my friends always used to kind of want to hang back a little, and I'm like, bro, the party starts at 10 o'clock. Can we at least get there for 11? Like, I was that person. And even now still, like, I mean, I take a little longer to get ready every now and then.
Are you here about at least 12:30?
I'm here usually before 12, if not 12:30 at the absolute latest.
Which is fine.
I'm not coming later than that unless I'm not booked or I'm just not really trying to be there. But for the most part, I'm early because I just don't understand the whole thing. And it for me too, it affects the party. When it's a lot of people, it affects the party because it's like, I feel like DJs are trying to work with who's here. They're trying to build a vibe off of 10 people's backs. But then, last minute you have 100 people walking in, and it's like, now it's kind of like, it's either going to go one of two ways. They're going to either kind of reset the party, which will either work or not work, or they're running right into the hype tunes now, the songs that are hot now. And it's like, then now for us who were here, it's like, okay.
It's tough, man. It's a tough situation, man.
Yeah.
So, good luck this weekend because you got to come out early and guarantee there's going to be a lineup. So,
make sure there's backdoor entrance for me, okay? So, how do you keep this event relevant after all these years? How do you keep
I'm gonna big up my team for that one, man, because they keep me going and I keep them going. So if it's not my surroundings, and then obviously the clientele, and also the birthdays that celebrate with me, if it's not for them, then I would say forget it, man. And it's too hard. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. Sometimes after an event, you think we're going home. We're not going home. Sometimes we're there till the next day because the venue doesn't want you in there. You got to get your stuff out. Every single thing has to be done.
There's no leaving and come back tomorrow. There's no.
Sometimes there's not. Sometimes it's a 2-day production. So whatever event you guys see us at, sometimes we're there the day before. Sometimes sometimes we got to be there at 5 a.m. just to start. Because it's tough because we put a lot of work and a lot of equipment and a lot of decor into these venues. So everything's from scratch for us, you know. And then you for sure we got to big up our team, all the people that work for us because it's a lot of work and it's all day. It's all day, but this it's tough, man.
So how do you? Oh my God.
There's no sleep.
Because like, how do you function? Like that's
It's adrenaline. I don't know.
intense.
It's the team, man. It's a team. We have a good supportive team, support system. Over the years, we built that. We got to big up our family, definitely our friends, and all the people that we work with. Staff, the bartenders, bottles, Lord, co-check. It's a full team that we work with. From start to finish. So
no job goes unnoticed too. Everything counts. Everything makes the event work. So shout out to everybody that's a part of it, no matter how big or how small. I want to talk about now the addition. What made you say, let's go Freaknik? Like, what inspired the theme this year?
To be honest with you, we always try to bring different things to the city. We don't want to just do regular stuff that's every year. So we always try to do something different. So for me, it started from watching. For some reason, I was watching. What was I watching? Dancehall Queen. It was in October. I think I was watching Dancehall Queen in October, and I was like, "It's Dancehall Queen, right? Marcia, yeah." Yeah. And then it's the whole outfit thing, And then one day, it was a week after, one of my cousins like, "Yo, why don't you guys do a Freaknik?" And I'm like, "Yo." I was thinking about it, but I never thought about the name Freaknik because I don't know. I never thought about Freaknik, And then I looked up Freaknik. I'm like, this is the theme that I was thinking about, anyways, because I was watching Dancehall Queen. Because with the whole outfit, the whole outfit from back in the days, from when our parents used to go party, from the nails to the hair to the outfits, and I'm like, the airbrush,
color wig them.
The airbrush thing is a wicked thing because we haven't done that in years from our youth, So I was like, people could actually come on and do this. This is different, So you don't necessarily have to do the airbrush thing. You could dress old school if you want, but this is not even an old school party, but it's an old school theme.
Yeah.
The name was tricky. I'm like, are people gonna think this is gonna be like some ghetto party?
A lot of people are not. They're not sure what that name means.
Yeah.
And to some degree, if you really look it up, you'll see some pictures where people might say, "Oh, this is some ghetto shit." But in reality, that was the style back then.
That was the style.
That's just how people dress. The big earrings, the bamboo earrings, the long nails.
And I made sure to bring it up to you first. I'm like,
Yeah. You absolutely did. And I told you that was dope. Yeah. But my first question to you too was like, what are people gonna take it as? Because they might just see, if they don't know, they might see Freaknik and might think automatically, oh, maybe it's a lingerie type thing. Maybe it's something sexy, scandalous.
We used to do lingerie back in the day. We don't hit lingerie porn. We used to do back in the day. We don't do it anymore.
Not knocking
I don't know if Gussie wants to bring that back, but
not knocking it up. Well, no. We got one coming up. Shout out to Seduction. That's Kanisha's party. Shout out to that. But no, we're not knocking lingerie at all. But just hearing the name, if you're not familiar,
I've got those messages. I'm like, what's Freaknik, And then I had to explain to people like what it was and like what's a style, and it's not nothing freakish. It's really just going back in the days,
It's an expression too.
It's an expression,
just wear what you want to wear.
Wear what you want,
do your hair how you want. Just if you want to be loud, colorful, like just wear what you're comfortable with.
Yeah, it's gonna be
show
dope,
your style to the max, and that to me is what's most important with this. You're able to really show who you are through your outfit. So you don't gotta be skimpy. You don't gotta be because a lot of people are gonna see. They're gonna see Freaknik, and for the ladies, they might think, oh, Batsiraidas, and But it's not necessarily that. You can be baggy if you want.
People are asking. Yeah, people are asking for different. So it's like, this was different. I don't think I've seen this in Montreal. I could be wrong. This could have happened, but I was trying to think different outside of the box a little bit. So I was like, I think this would be a dope idea. And I was like, let's go with it. My team said, let's go with it. And then we roll.
No, it was a good one. I think This one definitely intrigued a lot of people.
Yeah, I
And
believe so.
got
I
a
believe
lot
so.
of got a lot of attention and
Mhm.
interest in the event. So I'm thinking this Saturday is about to be on and popping. Shout out to We Are the Future Freaknik Edition.
Yeah, man.
Woo!
You
It's
ready?
about to be crazy. I'm ready. It's about to be crazy.
Mm.
So tell me, what are some of the themes you've done in the past?
Oh my gosh.
I know last year, I nearly broke my neck. I tried.
Last year,
Last year
cooler. It was
last
year's BYOB.
Yeah, that
I've
was
done
cooler
all black.
edition.
I've done all white. I've done black and white. I've done red. Oh no, red and gold didn't end up
Didn't
happening
happen. The
because
black and white
yeah.
was that your first year back?
No, so the first year back was back in the days when people used to love watch dancers. So I brought dancers down.
No, after COVID, your first year back.
Oh, the first year back
that was the black or white.
No, Burgundy get cancelled. That
We
was a
didn't do
year.
Burgundy.
That was a year of the pandemic. Burgundy get cancelled. So, damn, what did
Was
we
it
do?
black or white?
I think it was all black.
Was it?
It was all black. Yeah, it was all black. Because
All
you know
black?
me, I love
so the year after was
all black.
white. Yeah, but the year after was white or black because that was the first.
No, I didn't bring back up.
You did.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
May I tell you, say you do it. You did, because I was a host that year and I wore white, and I'm pretty sure you had on black.
Can't remember. Can't remember.
Somebody look it up fast.
Can't remember.
Find it, give me quick. I'm sure. I'm not like me wrong, you know. I'm a Aries, you know. I'm a steer. But okay, so cooler. You did all black, all white.
Black and white.
Black and white.
Mm-hmm. Jeez, man. I can't think of all 13 dishes right now.
That's a lot to go through, but wow. Okay.
Yeah, man.
How do you come up with these? Like how do you find your inspiration?
Oh, Jamaica's always my inspiration. You know, sometimes
Jamaica's
always. Sometimes I go down there 2-3 times a year, and I think, yo, this will be wicked in Montreal. You know.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it doesn't pan out, but I love the theme. So I get most of my themes from out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I said, we're always searching. You know, we always see different things. You know, so we're always studying the market as well. You know, not just Jamaica, but just everywhere. You know, so me and my team we're always talking about different things to do.
Jamaica is a good team to follow, because if you want dancehall inspiration, where else are you gonna go other than dancehall's home?
Yeah.
I wanna know, how do you choose who you put on your events?
Jesus.
Or sorry, let's talk specifically We Are the Future, because again, this has been a long-standing event, 13 years, and still going. Because you're not done it at 13, because we don't do odd numbers.
God willing.
But so how do you choose who you put on?
It's tough, man. Because back then we used to go from having 10 DJs on a package, and I don't know how we did it. I don't even know how we paid for it.
I don't know how y'all do it either, because I get annoyed.
Listen.
More than 5, I'm over it.
One thing about us, we don't shortchange anybody.
Well, thank
anybody could tell you that. I could be wrong, but I don't think we have ever shortchanged it. If we had to take a loss, we took a loss. When somebody wanted their money, it is what it is, you know. So sometimes we had 10 DJs, sometimes we had more, you know. So this year, you know, I really wanted to big up the younger DJs in the city, you know, and work along some of the same DJs that have worked with me over the years, you know. Kid's been with me since. He only missed the first one, Kid, DJ Kid, you know. So out of 13 years,
so Kid came on 2013.
2013, Kid came on.
That's a long damn time.
Yeah, he's been on it.
You're basically the resident DJ.
he's the OG DJ. We are the future, you know.
The OG DJ on We Are the Future. That's crazy.
You know, so you gotta big up.
Shout out to you on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely got to big up the younger generation with the CZs and the CJs and the TJs. You know, Visa's been my partner for a minute. You know, we used to have a song back in the days. You know, me and Visa. So you know,
what?
You used
to be a DJ, or were you the MC?
Oh yeah, we used to do one thing.
Nah, me ask you a question. You used to DJ.
But I definitely gotta big up like Dag and Fire Jones and all the OGs that used to be on this party. And it's not even that they used to. It just, you know, sometimes we just gotta move things around. You know,
change things up. Nothing can stay the same.
Listen. These guys will be OGs in the game forever. We're you know, they're gonna be on these events. You know, these guys ain't going nowhere. You know, the Thunders, the Dogs, the Jones, you know, Fire Squad, all these guys, you know, these guys are the real deal, you know.
Yeah.
And trust me, like yeah, I gotta big up King Fiery because King Fiery is one of the sounds that introduced me to the dancehall community in Montreal. So we're coming from down. I was going from downtown, trying to introduce myself into the west side of Montreal. You know, and King Fiery was the one. Earth Love, big up Earth Love, was the ones that brought me into specifically the dancehall scene with Pasa Pasa and us doing parties at Andre Larondo and those places. You know, I definitely gotta big up those guys. You know, those guys introduced me to Dog and all the OGs in the game. You know, those guys been putting in the work too. You know, so I gotta give a big up to them.
Yeah, no, for sure. And those are some big names.
Yeah, trust me, I forget. I have a lot of names, but
there's a lot. Yeah,
it's a lot.
we can't
So
remember everybody
please
on
forgive
one
me,
shot.
but there's a lot. There's a lot that's been part of this game. You know, so sorry, part of the future.
Yeah.
So they know what it is.
I want to go back again to a topic from the last episode. How do you feel in regards to the out of town DJs? Do you feel like you absolutely have to book out of towners?
It's fuck, man. It's so tough, man. Because it's like we're weighing two different. It's like, all right. So my question always, yo, I want to bring these DJs, but does Montreal know them? You know, does Montreal know Chromatic? You know, I brought Chromatic, one of the biggest DJs from Jamaica. You know, but it's tough. A lot of people didn't know. So we had us when we do our promotion, we really put our game on there. Really put our promotion. Like we promote them till night till day. You know, but I don't feel like Montreal knows DJs, man, especially international DJs.
Do you think that affects the turnout at the end of the day?
Sometimes it doesn't, but what happens is because people don't understand these out of town DJs and how they work, and sometimes people don't feel the whole mic situation, you know. 'Cause a lot of these DJs from out of town, they're on the mic all the time, you know. And that's their thing.
It depends where they come from, but you have to understand too. It comes with the territory. Like me, I don't mind the talking.
Yeah.
He's a yard girl. I love my yard style mixing and when they chat the baga foolishness, but don't overdo it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear a lot.
That's the thing, though.
I don't want to hear too much sokyamada and like when it's over, when it's too extreme, it's like okay, well, like calm down.
But even back to your question, like sometimes we bring these DJs from out of town and I'm like, yo, these DJs play great out of town, but when they come here, their energy level is like down there.
Why?
And I don't understand it. I don't get it myself. You know, I'm like, yo, you guys play so good everywhere around the world, but when you come here, it's like you don't want to give that 100% effort, and I don't get it. And our crowd is not no little small crowd. We have 5, 6, 7, 700, 800 people in the crowd, so it's not even like we're giving you a 200 people is pretty good. It's not like we're giving you that little small crowd. So it's like, yo, why are you giving that little energy or not giving that? You know,
I will say though, like I mentioned before, sometimes there just are those events where the vibes are weird.
Yeah,
vibes are weird. So do you feel like it's partly because of our energy? Maybe they're not.
I feel like sometimes I talk to DJs all the time. I feel like we are so behind when it comes to music.
Okay.
People that come out, I feel like sometimes the DJs don't want to play the new music.
Yeah.
Music that would have been played or out for a month. A lot of people don't know it here, you know. Yeah. One time I went to England. I forgot what's that song there with the one where the man go like this. The shit
Tom
one.
Cruise.
Tom Cruise, yeah, all right. Yo, Tom Cruise was out. I was in England one year. I was and that song was out for like 2 months, and I came back here. Nobody knew that song, but out there was so old. I'm like, and so this is the thing that I'm getting out of Montreal. Like, yo, people don't really know music. So when we play this new music or the DJs play this new music, people are not interacting to it.
But do you feel like that's because that could be an issue on our part and our DJs' parts to where they kind of stick to what they
I don't know if our DJs are scared or they just want to stay in the safe zone. So,
but that's it. A lot of the times, I feel like there's DJs who play it safe.
But it's up to our DJs to read the crowd at the same time. But I try to introduce these new songs into the market.
Because realistically, DJs sort of have a job to bust the new music for us. If we don't know it yet, how else are we gonna learn it? Like, yeah, okay, we got the internet and shit, but if we're not really like following up on it like that to that extent, I guarantee you, if certain songs bust in the party, people will be like, "Oh, what's that? What's that?" Perfect example. Kid, y'all know me. Y'all know I don't really mess with the soca. But Kid came in here. I think it was one of our karaoke nights or something, and he ran the Young Brother greatest. What do you call it? The Ben Over.
Greatest Ben Over.
That song, greatest Ben Over. And even me, I was like, oh, what's that? Like,
that one is,
run that back. Let me hear that. Like, I feel like to some degree that's part of the DJ's job. Like, not to say you gotta come in and run a whole set full of new tunes, because then really people are gonna be looking at you like.
So sometimes I think the DJs just don't hold back. Just don't hold back. Just play what you gotta play.
Say that again.
Don't hold back.
Okay.
All right. Watch the crowd. Don't hold back. And then that's what it is. But I don't know. When it comes to out of town DJs, it's tricky.
I think that's a key thing for DJs to really learn too, though. The art of watching the crowd and adjusting. Yeah. I think that's very important. There's people who can DJ. They can play. They can run tune, but can they actually perform in a party environment? Perform for people that's not just themselves? Not really. There's a lot of DJs who pretty much play for themselves.
It's true. Or play for the man's them. I don't get that part. Play for the man's them still.
But
usually the parties have like 80% female.
Yeah, but
I never get that.
I'm not against it. I'm not against it, but don't run your whole set for your bridging them. Like, cater to the women too. But I feel like too, there's a lot of women who always wanna throw that card. Oh, play it for the gal, then play for the gal, then. But then when they do, them stiff like board. They're not getting involved. They're not getting active. Like, you don't gotta do the most, but hello, shake out one foot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And there's people who, for them, the play for the ladies is the skin out tunes. But there's women who are play for the ladies means run some R&B, means run some reggae, means, like it's not just about the head top and the body shake and them kind of things. So I think everybody's perspective, I guess, on certain terms is different. But again, I think for DJs being able to read the room, read the crowd, cater to the crowd, and not just what they want to play or not just their friends is very important.
But you know what? Just to touch on one more point, I feel that also this is not just a Montreal thing. I think this is like a Toronto, New York, Miami. Because if you have, like, I have people that come out from certain cities like, yo, Montreal's dope. Montreal's better. This city's better than where I'm at. Like,
you know how much times I hear that, and
so I think it's
sometimes I'm looking at.
I think you just get tired of your own city or your own
that's
region.
it.
That's what
because
it is.
For me, like at one point, my interest was Toronto. And I've had people be like, "Oh well, Toronto ain't it," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like, they're more interested in coming here, and I'm like, I'm not sure you want to do that. Because they're coming and expecting like the biggest crowds and and it's somewhat of a shock too for them when they come and they don't get that. And it's like, well, I'm not really sure what you thought or what you were expecting, but for us here, we see it, we know the struggle. Like even us, we're facing it, we're trying to deal with it. Even events that have been established, maybe are losing some people who used to come out, and but I don't know. I guess, like you said, we just get tired of our own space and our environments to a certain degree. But it's I don't know. It's an ever-changing thing. I don't know if there's any one answer to how to bring things back or how to fix things. But again, too, it's like you said, it's everywhere. It seems like so. I don't know, man. Do remember this Saturday, March 22nd, it's all about We Are the Future, the Freaknik edition. You do not want to miss this, sold out year to year, so hurry up, hit me up for your last minute tickets and make sure you get there. Friday, March 28th, it's all about the thing called Posh, which is my birthday celebration right here inside Suite 662. It's going to be crazy, crazy, crazy vibes. We have all the way from Toronto, Joshua Lucas, so make sure you hit me up for your tickets. Come out and celebrate with me. Saturday, April 5th, it's all about the thing called 80s, 90s Fun Time Reunion. That's going down inside Queen's Reservoir. We have Little Thunder Sound and Energy Squad. That you already know is about to be crazy. Saturday, April 19th, it's all about the 90s dancehall edition right here inside Suite 662 and featuring one of the baddest DJs, Willie Chin. So hit me up for your tickets. Tickets are available online as well. We're inside Suite. That's how I got turn up. Sunday, April 20th, it's all about you, me, and R&B, the ultimate R&B experience. Strictly R&B, dress code semi-formal, so get sexy, come out and enjoy the sweet sounds of R&B. Saturday, April 26th, DJ Blue presents a thing called How to Grow, right here inside Suite 662. Make sure you grab your tickets, get dolly up, and come out and have fun. Saturday, May 3rd, it's all about the thing called Paparazzi. I don't need to say much about that, you guys already know how that goes. Make sure you get your outfits ready from now, because you can't step out anywhere. Make sure you look clean, trendy, the girl them, dolly up, get classy, and come out. Paparazzi, May 3rd. Saturday, May 10th, it's all about seduction going down right here inside Suite 662. This is the lingerie party, so you already know it's sexy vibes. Ladies, this one is definitely for you. Sunday, May 25th, it's all about the biggest day party, the intro to summer, the thing called I Love Summer. Make sure you grab your tickets now because you already know beer vibes and you don't want to miss that. Joining us now, we have DJ Kid on the hot seat.
Good afternoon.
You've been on this for some years, since 2013.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
I feel like I'm getting old, to be honest.
Well, I mean, you can't run from that.
Bro, when you look at the numbers, it's like 10 years.
It's a long time, huh? Because I started celebrating my birthday, I think 2012. No, 2013 actually.
No,
Same year?
Not even.
No.
Yeah.
You started from Polish Hall.
Did I?
When I did that party at Polish Hall, that's when you started.
That wasn't even Weird or Future.
No.
That wasn't even.
Wow. Okay. Oh fuck! Don't age me either. Damn. That's crazy though. But so yeah, basically you are the resident DJ on this event.
Gladly, yeah. And I'm thankful for it every year. You know the vibe.
How have things changed for you from since the first event till now? Does it feel any different? Does it always feel brand new? Do you still get nervous? Like, what's the feeling like?
Bro, after year 4, nervous went out the door, to be honest. Seriously, because it's like, it changed a lot because back in the days, it's like people would come out, like Ricky said, they would dance. Like people would be dancing and like no phones, no nothing like that. You would have a good time and you would be like, everyone the next day be like, yo, how was that party? Bro, you had to be there. Now it's like, no one is going to ask you how was that party. They already saw it on Snapchat and
Facts.
you know what I mean?
I think a lot of people stay home because of that. They're able to pretty much watch the recap or watch it live.
30 minutes to a full video of the
That's what I'm saying.
Because for real, when you go home, like I know for me, sometimes I go home or the next morning, I'm looking at people's snaps, I'm seeing all 30 fucking snaps. I'm like, bro, when did you have time to do all of this? Like, I know for me, I may snap early or even in the middle when things are a little hype if I'm feeling the vibe. But after that, that shit is done. I want to just party. I want to have fun. But people literally could watch the whole event from start to finish on Snapchat nowadays. So I don't know. That's kind of wild. But so in terms of like the dancing and stuff, do you feel we need to bring that back? Like, can we have a moment on Saturday where we just be like, all right, everybody put your phones down to the dance floor
that will never happen.
Why?
I feel like we have to pull like a Kevin Hart and just
Take away the phone.
I mean, listen, I'll stand at the door with the box, cell phones, right in here. Lock that shit up. You'll get them at the end of the day because
God will fun, man.
Because most back in the days, like people would go out and enjoy themselves, like.
But that's it.
Like party, bro. Back in the days, it's like when you go to a party, like okay, that's my wall right there. My whole key, my whole mission tonight is leave a stain on that wall, like my jeans.
Yeah.
Now it's like
other walls sweat up.
now it's like, bro. Back in the days in Soca City days, it's like the whole roof was sweating.
Yeah, man, drip, drip.
5201, the roof was sweating.
Hole in the
Chalet days. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, that's
But-
I hold. I put that hole in the wall.
That happens nowadays, but not on purpose. That's just because shit don't be working the way it's supposed to.
Bruh. But yeah.
But that
now,
that vibe needs to come back.
Yeah,
I think
swear,
that's something
swear.
that's
Those
really
are the good
missing.
times.
Yeah.
It's good times now, but back in the days it was
because-
really good, man. We actually had fun.
Mhm.
We were ready for the next one.
But
Energy.
I wonder too because I've seen a post recently from a Toronto dancer, like a real dancer who used to come to parties, be in the middle, really, doing what they do. And now it's kind of like, yeah, we have TikTok, we have them little 1-2 routine, but like those are like 30 seconds and then it's done. Do we need to start bringing back real original dance crews?
I agree with that. Like Ricky said before, it's the same thing with the DJs. Like you would see a DJ go viral for playing music and things like that, and then when you see him in person, it's like, what happened?
That ain't it.
That ain't it. It's like dancers. Dancers would go. They would rehearse that move for months,
Yeah.
and post it many times until it go viral. But then when you bring them now, it's like, what else can you do?
But that's the age now. Nothing. They can't do anything else. But
Exactly.
we had real dance crews and dance people back in the days that used to be on the floor from start to finish. I feel like that's something that needs to come back. And I don't know if I wouldn't say it has anything to do with the music per se, because I still feel like the music is bumping. There's still people making dance tracks. Like, you have Ding Dong who's really putting in work with the dance tracks. Even Elephant Man is coming back on the scene.
He's trying.
Hey, don't it's the dancing god, okay? But I feel like that's something that parties are missing, because that helps to get people hype as well. So I don't know, maybe we need to resurrect some of these dance crews. So what's one thing that you look forward to the most when it comes to being on Reality Feature?
Just the vibes and the crowd, to be honest, because I swear, like, We're the Future is like the event of the year, one of the event of the year. Because there's many events of the year, but We're the Future is in the top 3 events of the year.
Well,
Every year.
it's technically at the beginning, right? So it kind
Yeah.
of sets the
Yeah.
tone. Yeah,
Basically,
it sets the tone. Hard act to follow. Good luck to me.
Good, man.
But it definitely sets the tone. The vibes are crazy.
Every year.
The crowd
Every
is
year.
crazy. It's definitely something that people look forward to.
Every year.
I know for me, even though I'm doing my party, but this has been an event that I celebrate my birthday for years and years. So to know that it's still going on and it's still popping, it's still vibes, and it's different. That's what I appreciate the most. Like, it's not something I feel like I come to every year and I'm like,
It's the same thing.
yeah, like it's
Yeah.
not the same thing. It's not, the themes are different. The DJs are different. Like, overall, it's just one of those events that you're like, yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go. So
What's up?
big up to you on that, for sure. So now going back to you with the vibes, I wanna just come off of this event for 1 second, just because you mentioned that. Because when we were talking earlier in terms of the people coming late, and you have to you got to try to adjust when in the early vibes of the party there's maybe like 10 people, and then afterwards it's like now a rush to kind of kick things in gear. how does that affect you? Do you feel like you're trying to play catch up in the end, or do you kind of just go with the flow?
No, but it's like I've been doing this since I was 16, so I've got a lot of
What's
years.
with y'all? 16 seems
Those
to
were
be
the
the
days.
hot number
Those
for
were the
you guys.
days. Bro. Those were the
My
days.
God.
Those were the days. I've been doing it since I was 16, so it's like when I was 16, I just started. I used to be the early warm DJ, so I know I already mastered that art. So it's like no matter if I play for like 4 or 5 people, I know what vibe to bring. Then when the crowd is bigger now, you know it's a totally different vibe. You gotta bring a totally different vibe. And there's DJs that still doesn't know that the difference between early and late juggling. So if you're a professional, if you love music, you don't have to rush. You don't have to rush nothing. There's enough time for you to do what you gotta do.
And there's so much music.
Exactly.
So much music. Oh my gosh. I honestly I get a little frustrated sometimes because again, I feel like there's DJs who kind of just play it safe, but that to me becomes repetitive
Exactly.
to a certain degree and predictable. And for me, I feel like that's the worst thing as a DJ. If you become predictable, that's not it. That's not it, because there's no reason that I should go to a party and I know that you're playing, and just based off of maybe your first 1 or 2 songs, I know what direction you're going. There's no reason. There's no reason. I'm sorry. But I know for me personally, like since coming on board behind the scenes in events now, I kind of look at things differently. So maybe I overanalyze, or maybe like somebody else might not realize it the same way I do. But that's definitely something that I pick up on, and I'm like, yeah, I don't like that for you. I don't like that for you. So again, I feel like one thing I always, even the DJs in my circle, I always try to just encourage them to make sure they're always like, just keep learning and keep practicing and keep growing and keep studying the music, because like you said, there's so much music. So don't get comfortable in one thing. Don't feel like, okay, yeah, I played this party and I played that party, so yeah, I don't need to practice now, or I can just pull up and plug in. And like DJing it's an art, and
it's there's no limit.
No, but if it's something that you love,
Exactly.
you'll definitely do it differently. That's for sure.
One thing I like is like some of these younger DJs. When I say younger, like just under me, I see that they're still trying to master their craft. I see them still going on social media and you know, practicing juggling and still asking questions. I see one of the I'll give an example. Like I seen CZ maybe like 4 or 5 months ago asked like, yo, I want to learn how to scratch.
Yeah.
You know, for him to step out
and do that.
A
lot of DJs wouldn't do that. A lot of people wouldn't do that.
To actually go on social media and
say that.
Question,
Yeah.
That's pretty dope for him, you know.
But that's what it is, right?
Yeah,
there's a community there, whether in Montreal or abroad. Like if you can find safety in your community and feel safe enough to say, okay, I want to learn this. Who can teach me?
Yeah,
that's a big thing, and it's good on him for doing that too. And I hope that he got some support in that aspect. So you said you've been DJing, you've been playing music since you were 16.
Yeah.
So what do you do to try to stay relevant and stay on top of things and make sure that you're not getting left behind, right? Because times are changing, age is going up. You know, there are young ones who's coming up, but mind you, I do have to commend you, because I do see that you get along with the younger generation very well. I never see any kind of competitiveness when it comes to you and them. I feel like you embrace them and you work alongside them very well. But what do you do to make sure that you're staying on top of things for yourself and making sure that like you're still being booked and you're not getting left behind?
Just I always try to like I won't I don't I hate playing a song that I heard already in what that party. I would never do that. I won't do that. Also, like Ricky said, there's a lot of music, so I try to do different. Like 1 minute I'll say, okay, I'm gonna stick to R&B. Next minute I said, okay, reggae it is. There was a point in time anywhere I go, I was playing like techno music, and everybody's like, yo, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm like, I'm trying something.
Yeah.
Then a
Well,
few weeks later, I heard another DJ doing the same thing, and I'm like, okay, it
but
was
that's
working.
it. Nothing tried, nothing done,
One thing I
right?
like about when Kid plays, he doesn't have to play the hit song. He doesn't have to play the songs of the year or of the time. You know, the man could go back 5, 6 years and still mash it up, you know. And that's how it's supposed to be because you're supposed to know how to play music, you know. And like I
But
said,
this is
there's
it.
so much music. So if you know how to juggle, if you know how to play, if you know music, then you're good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But this is it. And again, this goes back to this DJing being an art, right? Because for example, let's talk about these types of situations where you have people who come on and they quote unquote rush the dance.
Mm.
And they run into all those hits and the hot songs. I won't say too early, but before the time that you would expect it, right?
I love those nights. Makes my job easier.
Leave them.
I
How
love
do you
it.
how
I
do
love
you
it.
how do you adjust?
I don't
Because
have to because basically, if they went on and already play all the recent hit songs, my job is easier. Like I said, I've been doing this since I was 16.
Yeah.
So those hits from back then, it's gonna work.
so aside from We Are the Future, what can we look forward to coming from you?
Well, right now, what we're focused on right now is the old school party that we're doing for my birthday.
Okay.
So we're bringing Willie Chin, bro. I don't even have to say it. People know about the Black Chinese days. Remember Black Chinese summers? Black Chinese bring out a mixtape every single summer. Everyone needed it.
Mhm.
Everyone wanted it. Everyone. You ever had? Wait a second. You never heard of a Black Chinese
I've
CD?
heard. What do you mean? I'm just listening to you. Don't try
I
to
just
put me on
making
the
sure.
spot like
I just
that.
making
Of
sure.
course, I've
I
heard
just
about
making
Black
sure.
Chinese.
I am
Come
just
on.
making
Wow.
sure.
The disrespect is
I'm just
loud.
making sure. I'm just making sure. So the 90s dancehall party right here. This is what we're working on right now. People, if you don't get your ticket, please go get your tickets right now. This is going to be a sold out event.
Now.
100%.
Get your tickets now. Get your tickets now. Willie Chin. When was the last time Willie Chin was here?
Ooh.
Well, that's definitely something to look forward to because Willie Chin is a big name.
Yeah,
So,
but
and that is April 19th going down right here
Right.
inside
Easter weekend,
662.
Easter
Do
weekend.
remember that is a dress up party, right? So make sure y'all got your best 90s dance hall fit.
Oh, and you're the judge.
I am the
She
judge
can't win.
because some people don't like semi-winners, so now I can't be a winner again. All right, so Ricky,
Me again?
yeah, back to you, Ricky. So you mentioned that was it before pandemic that was supposed to be the last We Are the Future.
Yeah.
Have you given yourself a new quote unquote end date?
So we're at 13. To be honest with you, if I don't see myself going past 2 more years. To be honest with you.
2 more years.
Yeah. So a milestone, 15 years. I think that's a good way to end it. I'm not sure, God willing, but it's either the name
But
gotta
why?
change. It's either the name
Because you're tired or just
I am tired.
the way the scene is going? You're a
know.
old man now, you're tired.
It's tough. It's tough. Like I said, it's tough. And like I told you before, I don't know how long we could call a party We Are the Future.
I mean,
15.
we're always the
imagine going-
future. And like I said, there's younger generations that's
No, I'm
coming
still
in
young.
now,
I'm still
right?
young. At the end of the day, I'm still young, but I'm gonna, someone want to take it over, no problem. I don't mind. You know?
But you see, honest, I don't know if it would be the same. So
Not sure. We will see.
I don't know.
We will see. We
I
will
don't
see.
know.
We'll see how this year plays out, and then I'll figure out next year. And then we make it a wrap. I don't know, man. We'll see what's up.
Well, people, make sure you don't miss Freaknik Edition because right now We Are the Future is up in the air. So this Saturday, make sure you're
2 more
there.
years.
So I want you to tell the people what can we expect from We Are the Future this year, this Saturday, the Freaknik Edition. What can we expect?
So I made sure to book 2 big DJs from Toronto. DJ Tyrone. Tyrone, he plays for the ladies. He's an older DJ.
Big up the gal,
Sorry,
man.
let me not say that. Big up DJ Tyrone, but he really plays for the ladies. And then Blacks is the voice of the city. The man has lyrics on lyrics, so he knows how to make the crowd roll. So I wanted to make sure that these 2 DJs were on this party because they're gonna bring the hype to the party, and then alongside the Montreal DJs that will be on it. And look out for the core and how this party is planned out, man. Because we put a lot of work into this event, so I think people will be happy. I'm hoping everything goes as planned. It's up to customers to make sure they come on early to avoid those lineups. You know how those lineups are. I don't, weather changes. So I just please ask you to come on early. Come enjoy it. And that's that, man. If you've been to We Are the Future over the 13 years, you know how it is.
What it is.
All right. So I guess we've reached the end of this episode. Ricky, Kid, thank you for joining us in the room. Don't forget, Saturday, We Are the Future, Freaknik Edition. And don't forget my birthday party, March 28th. It's all about Posh. Make sure you hit me up for your tickets. As per usual, I want to big up our sponsors. Ricky Notnice, you are a sponsor indeed. Big up Gussie Entertainment. And shout out to Royalty Ranked for all the merch, as always. And Sweet 662, we love you guys.
And the engineer.
Shout out to the engineer, DJ Big Bird, also a host on my party.
Hold on. You forget Carter? Carter never saw through.
Oh, you want me to get sued? You want me to get sued? Big up Cartel all the time. That's all we say.